Welcome to Taiwan Talk on ICRT. I'm Ryan Drillsma.
Today I'm speaking with Daniel Miller, who is the founder of All Hands Taiwan, a non-profit aiming to offer resources and connect job seekers with hirers across the country.
What is All Hands Taiwan and how was it founded?
So, All Hands Taiwan now, we're a professional networking platform and also we're a job board. So, we started 2 years ago, myself and John Mern. The main reason we started it was because there was a sheer lack of professional networking opportunities in Taiwan. And we really wanted to change the conversation online. The conversation online is usually quite negative about employability in Taiwan, the lack of jobs, the measly pay, etc. So we really wanted to connect the sort of Taiwanese HR and hiring communities with the job-seeking community in Taiwan and have a proper conversation and basically, just give young professionals a network in which they can maybe impact their career.
Okay, could you give a bit of background information about yourself and why you got involved with this project?
One of the main motivations was I came to Taiwan as a young graduate from the UK. I found that, even though I was very motivated and passionate about staying in Taiwan, there was just no clear platform or channel in which for me to job seek. And I worked for the British Chamber of Commerce in Southwest China, but even then, the chambers of commerce function a bit differently. They are usually accommodating their members and sort of expats of a higher level. Same in Taipei, they have great networking events, but a lot of these networking events are sort of inaccessible for the normal job seeker. So we wanted to basically share tips from the community, from professionals that maybe transition from teaching English to something else, or had simply started their own businesses in Taiwan, and just actually make this information available for everyone.
Okay. Do you think it's particularly difficult for people to find a job in Taiwan that they want, and why do you think this is?
I think the elephant in the room in this sense is basically there are some great teaching opportunities in Taiwan, but that's the main bulk of white collar work. There is a lot of misinformation. People think that you need a certain level of Chinese in order to get work here, which that's not abundantly clear. Most of the time when HR or Taiwanese companies ask that, is they're asking actually about someone's commitment to Taiwan, whether they're here long term. They do want to see some commitment to actually living here and working here.
Okay, what kind of jobs have you helped connect people with, and what kind of jobs can people expect to find using your service? With
companies now, like with our previous job fair, I would say 40 or 50% of jobs are sort of marketing, sales, BD focused, because a lot of Taiwanese companies, they simply have their markets abroad. So they first and foremost, they need the language, they need its hard skills from marketing and business development as well. Because of Taiwan's thriving sort of startup and tech industry as well, there are more technical roles. So sort of technical writing, you've got digital marketing and coding, programming, that kind of thing as well. And then the remaining, I say 10 or 20%, rather niche positions. So, international commercial law, sports coaching, biomedical engineering, etc. So, yeah.
So there is quite a lot of variety out there.
There is a variety for sure. Problem is, obviously, with COVID, there's been basically a global hiring freeze, and Taiwan's actually come out best in terms of economy and stuff like that. But there are industries that have been hit. So obviously, tourism and services. So the ones that have really relatively unscathed are tech and startups. And startups are usually the quickest route into finding a role, in terms of internships or junior roles and getting lots of responsibility, in operations or marketing, etc.
Okay, so how do job seekers and employers use your service?
The service for job seekers is completely free. So, in terms of job fairs and our job board, we charge the company to basically spread the word of their opportunities, about their company culture, etc. So, but the main bulk of our activity is actually every month we have networking events, so one in Chinese and one in English, and this is basically 300 NT at the door. You get a beer or a soft drink with that as well. So actually our main resource that we're trying to promote more is actually the professional networking part, and we get between 80 to 100 guests to our event. Usually when it's business as normal, we try to hold 2 job fairs a year with our government partners. So our government partners have a grander vision, and we're part of it. It's basically to bring talent. We were part of a Talent Circulation Alliance. It's basically in order to deal with some societal problems like an aging population and talent going abroad, especially to China. The government's actually really keen on attracting talent. And what role do we play? We play the role of retaining both Taiwanese and foreign talent in our small way.
Okay, so your services aren't just aimed at native English speakers.
No, I mean, initially, it would be lying to say that, our main focus wasn't with the foreigner community and the English speakers, as you said. But we slowly realised that actually the needs of these foreigners were actually shared by locals and internationally minded locals as well. And we started to getting feedback from our community that, young Taiwanese were struggling in the job market. Returning Taiwanese from Canada, US, China were struggling to find jobs and find opportunities that actually suited them. So, yeah, I think it would be foolish for us to just focus on helping a relatively small foreign community. Actually, we want to connect them and be part of the whole of the Taiwanese young professional community too.
Right. Based on the feedback you've received, have you found that the events you've held in the past have been a success?
Yeah, I think for sure. Like first and foremost, the bar that the metric that we use is basically how many people get employed, and we've had countless messages through LinkedIn and our platform just basically thanking us, and we're basically going, thanks for providing that opportunity to talk to people and to make connections, etc. So that's the fundamental metric that we judge our events by. But simply, for a lot of young professionals that have just come to Taiwan, All Hands Taiwan offers a great sort of landing pad, and just to get the lay of the land in terms of these are the people who've made tons of mistakes before through trial and error. They're the people to talk to. So it's actually just improving the information environment, and that's been really helpful for the community too.
Okay. What events do you have planned for the future?
So we've the upcoming one, the big one, which is on the 21st of November. So that's our international job fair, All Hands International times TCA job fair. So that will be at Huabo. So we're putting all our energy into that at the moment. So yeah, it's going to be an impressive event. So for the moment, we've got around 25 to 30 companies confirmed with booths, and alongside the main job fair event, we do have basically our networking offerings as well. So basically, we have panel discussions, speeches from important individuals from government and in certain industries. And there'll be beer, there'll be tacos, there'll be Indian food as well. So we're trying to, even though we're a professional networking platform, we try not to be too stiff or too dry.
You often need people to volunteer and help at the events, right? If people want to do that, how can they get involved?
Sure, yeah. So basically, we usually have a call for action on our pages, and you can directly apply for any open volunteer positions. Or you can just directly contact us on our Facebook pages or through our email and website. So very, very simple.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Taiwan Talk. I'll see you next time.